Tonight, a political and economic earthquake has struck Washington, and the shockwaves are spreading across the global economy. In a historic decision, the US Supreme Court has struck down the majority of former President Donald Trump's sweeping global tariffs, a cornerstone of his trade agenda. What happens next could reshape global trade, impact consumer prices, and redefine presidential power. Let's break it down. A 6-3 ruling, the court determined that Trump exceeded his authority by using the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to impose broad tariffs. The justices concluded that the law does not grant the president unilateral power to impose import taxes, authority that constitutionally belongs to Congress. The Guardian +1 legal experts say the ruling draws a clear line on executive power and reinforces the major questions doctrine, which requires explicit congressional approval for major economic policies. These tariffs had generated tens of billions of dollars and affected trade with major partners worldwide. Now, businesses may seek refunds, and courts will decide the fate of billions already collected. Time. The Wall Street Journal: markets reacted with cautious optimism, but global governments remain wary, expecting continued trade tensions. Within hours, Trump vowed to continue his hardline trade stance. He announced a new global tariff increase from 10% to 15% using Section 122 of the Trade Act, a rarely used provision allowing temporary tariffs for 150 days. Reuters +1. Trump also signaled he will pursue alternative legal routes, including national security investigations and unfair trade probes. European leaders and business groups warn the renewed tariffs could deepen economic uncertainty and raise costs for consumers and industries alike. The Guardian. Meanwhile, allies and trading partners are watching closely, unsure whether relief is coming or if a new wave of trade barriers is just beginning. This ruling is more than a legal setback. It reshapes presidential authority, introduces massive financial implications, and signals that global trade tensions are far from over. And one question now looms over Washington and world markets. Is this the end of tariff wars, or just the beginning of a new phase? Subscribe for sharp, unbiased global analysis and the stories shaping our world. Because what happens in Washington doesn't stay in Washington. It impacts the entire planet.